Alright, good evening everybody. Hope everybody is well on what is a... what is it? It's Sunday night. What did I think it was? Saturday or something? It was yesterday. I don't know. Brain fade. But anyway, welcome guys. Well, anyway, English. Jesus, you never thought it was so hard. But anyway, welcome everyone to round 4 of the GR Supra GT Cup. We're off to Laguna Seca this time for round 4, so hopefully this can go well enough. Just trying to sort a few little things out real quick off camera, so just give us a moment. Alright, just to do something real quick, so now that that's sorted, so as you can see, we're here for round 4 at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. One of my favourite tracks. I really like this place. Point situation, currently sitting P5 somehow, despite really not having two great races. The second one went pretty well. Can't even remember where that was off the top of my head, but I know the first race was at Fuji, the last one was at Le Mans, which didn't really go well, so hopefully we can have a bit of a reversal of fortune here. But anyway, we best enter and make sure we're all good to go. As you can see, top 6 or top 7 really pretty close, all within basically half a second of each other. So it's going to be quite a close race, but we'll enter, go cut a few laps if we still got some time. Alright, just gonna cut us a few laps. As I'm sure you can tell, these do love to slide around quite a bit, which make them not the easiest thing in the world to drive, but it's good fun, it's a different challenge. Oh boy. Certainly nice to get the back end out. One little mistake in these things just costs you so much time. You can see there we're almost a tenth and a half up. We're running a little bit wide and we're nearly a tenth down. Oh, yep, that's not quite right. Could definitely improve on a 35.8. I don't know if we could maybe threaten the top of the leaderboard with the likes, who was it? I think it was Noodles and Metal Gear or something, I think, 1-2. Just experimenting with a couple of different lines to see if any one in particular might yield us a bit more time. A little bit wide there, but no worries. Gonna be a bit wide there, out on the dirt. And again, we go from almost a tenth up to a tenth down. It's really awkward getting to know how to drive this car, because there's a way to drive this to get the max amount of time out of it, and it's really, you've got to have controlled aggression, so to speak. You can't wring the neck of this car like you would a typical GT3 car, because it just won't work. No, we didn't quite finish the lap, but I think it was round about for a low 6-7 maybe. So that's alright. What do we got here? Couple of familiar names. No Emily Jones, no Side Bishop. Couple of familiar names not here this time. Makes way for a couple of others, I suppose, but I just hope we don't have a slipstream massacre like we did at Spa last night, because that was, oh boy, I look back on that this morning and that was absolutely ridiculous. But I don't think slipstream should be too much of a bother in these cars. I think with how close everybody is on the leaderboard, I think a lot of people will actually be looking for clean air, as I don't think being stuck up behind the backside of another car will do you any good. I didn't even actually have a look at the points situation there. I don't actually know what's up for grabs, but I don't know, all I need to do is beat like a 230 or something and I'll improve, so that's really all I'm aiming for at the moment. It's just to try and match that 260 or 270 or whatever it is I got next to my name at the moment. I don't think it'd make a world of difference position wise, but that's not really the main aim at the moment. I think 4th, 5th, 6th is really around about where I stand. I think when you got the likes of Metal and Cody in here, they just seem to be on another level, so we'll see what happens. We might be able to take the fight to them, as everybody does seem a lot closer than usual. And the last time I remember doing a race around here, I got very close to actually beating Cody, until I decided to run off the road and get a penalty and whatever else. So hopefully I don't do that again. But anyway, we'll just see what we can do. Yeah, speak of the devil, look who's behind. Good luck, mate. Cheers, Noodles. Good luck to you too, bud. You're looking pretty quick in the time trial, so see where you end up. Only 5-minute qualifying. Jeez. They don't give us much time to get out and get around. Are we going to get let out anytime soon? There we go. Held in the pits for about 11 seconds until finally we get let out. We have the KFC Supra behind us. That's a common thing in these Oceania races. I don't know what it is. Must just be a long-standing joke or something between some of these guys, but you see that a lot. Oh, crikey Moses. Metal Gear, that's some fairly average internet. Hopefully that holds up for the race. I'd really not like to try and race around that. I don't really know what to expect qualifying wise here either, for anybody wondering. I suppose as long as I can park it maybe in the top 5, just so I've got the leaders in sight, I'll be pretty happy with that, but we'll wait and see. We'll back off a little bit here just as we come out of the corkscrew, as I don't want to start my lap right up behind some of these guys. As we're all cruising along. Hopefully everybody understands what to do here and we can all just back off a little bit, because we don't really want the dirty air from anybody. I wish Mars could back off a little bit, it's a bit too close. Alright, let's go see what we can do. Really awkward by Jono there. P1. Not too shabby. Everybody's starting to slip and slide a bit. These tyres are really only good for one lap. Oh, as you can see right there, just the grip difference compared to a lap ago. It's ridiculous. And again there, just as soon as we're touching the brakes, the car just oversteers. And you've got to counter steer as you're wanting to try and turn in to make the apex. Interesting line through the corkscrew by Cody. I don't think it's the fastest way around, but who knows, maybe he might know something that we don't. Now, Dan's probably given up the ghost, he wasn't going to improve. It's not like we're going to either. But it looks like, unless there's any major improvements from everyone behind, looks like we might have pole position. Sure as hell did not expect that coming into this session. Crap lap from me, I'm inside. Yeah, Noodles, no, not where I expected to see you, to be honest. I thought you might actually threaten me for pole position, but you're not even on the front row. But anyway, I don't know, pole. Cheers, guys. That was a pretty good lap. There's a little mistake at the left hander, which we're about to come up to now, as I think I ran a little bit wide through there, but other than that, I think the lap was pretty solid. So yeah, that's pretty damn cool. I think I might only, I'm just trying to work it out, I think I might be the only one in the 35s, or I think Cody might have marginally got it. I don't know, too hard to work out. Bringing the old F1 references in, boys. Love to see it. Cheers, Noodles. Good luck to you too, man. Oh, I still can't believe that happened. Pole position. Good lord. That's definitely not something you see every day. There we go. Did not expect that at all. Actually, let's check the points. Okay, 301, so it's a decent amount. Oh, there you go. You must be somewhat quick when you're getting messages from literally the man of the match to beat. So. Alright, what do we got? 12 laps, 3 times fuel consumption, 18 times tyre wear. Oh boy. This is going to be a interesting race to say the least. Tyre wear is definitely going to play a factor in this, but hopefully we can keep this thing up front, and who knows. Maybe we might be able to keep it here, but anyway, we'll see what we can do. Pretty cool sight right there. I'm proud of that. There's one. KFC Toyota Supra. And there's another. I don't know what. And there's a third. So the 3 KFC cars lined up all in sync. How about that? Dear oh dear. I don't know where these guys come up with the ideas for some of their liveries. There's certainly some interesting ones that you see on track, but anyway. Whew, this is a bit of a different site. Alright. Wish me luck, fellas. Let's go get them. Two, one, go. Decent first lap. Ooh, shit. Whew, a little moment there. Looks like we're around about a 3-car breakaway at the moment. Definitely taking a bit too much out of the tyres too soon. Just don't have the grip that we did 2 or 3 laps ago. Just don't have the confidence I did at the start when these tyres start to wear. Bit deep, too deep. Ah, crap. Oh my god, Father, this thing is just dreadful. There's nothing I could do there. After he got up the inside, that was all she wrote. Let's see if I can maybe stick with Holland. If he can stick with Cody, our victory chances might still be intact. Tyres are absolutely gone. I've got nothing left. Just got hope for these two to maybe have a bit of a scuffle. Might present an opportunity. Just mainly losing all that time in that final sector where you really need the grip, and I just don't have it. You can see, look at the tyre wear down the bottom left. These are absolutely shot. Took too much out of them too early. I was hoping I might have just been able to defend for the last 5 or so laps, but couldn't quite manage it. Just have to hope for a mistake from either one of these two now. Dan looks a bit ragged. Just get down through, yeah, for the final time. What can I say? GG to the top two. But there we go, P3. Man, like, that's good, but yeah, that stings a little bit. I felt like I could have won that race. I just used up too much too early. Made a few little mistakes, and then when push come to shove, I just didn't have anything to bloody fight with. About 5 times there where I nearly dropped it. I mean, all in all, P3 is still pretty good. It's a solid haul of points. So, see if that moves me up any positions or not, but still, pretty good. Yeah, that almighty slide at turn 3 didn't exactly help. But, hey, that's what come and goes with these things. I mean, I wouldn't even say we were probably just an inch offline, but, you know, that's all it takes in these bloody things. Yeah, like, that's still pretty good, but yeah, well, there ain't much to say. I mean, we gave her hell, that's all that matters. Did I force you off? I don't think so. I gotta admit, that actually takes a little bit out of you when you're actually leading the race, and and just once again, just tyres just end up being the deciding factor. Maybe I could have run the brakes a bit further to the rear. As I said previously, probably shouldn't have been so aggressive at the start, but yeah, I just felt like I had to go, otherwise I felt like I was going to be left open to attack. But anyway, still nothing wrong with third, so let's go have a look at where that puts us points wise. That'll be a good race to watch back on the GT Sport YouTube channel when that gets aired as well, assuming that's the one that actually gets streamed. 276 points results, there you go. So we're on 552, what's that do for us, if anything? 552, okay, so that doesn't really do anything for us, so that leaves us in P6, but moves us right up behind Emily Jones and Adam as well, so definitely in the scrap for P3. I definitely think the top two might be a tad bit too far away for us, but you never know. Luck might fall our way. I definitely think it did in qualifying. But anyway, cheers Dan. It was a good race. Sorry if I forced you a little bit wide there at T1. I don't think it was lap 7 or lap 8 or something, but yeah, like I said, I went a bit deep and I just had no bloody grip left, so yeah, sorry if I hang you out a little bit there, but that was a bloody good race. As much as I'm disappointed that I kind of felt like I lost out on what could have been a victory, I'm happy with that at the same time. I mean, to come away with a podium, only 3 seconds off the lead, and to be having a ding-dong battle with literally the two quickest guys is nothing to be ashamed of. Yeah, I knew what was going to happen. Okay, cool, no worries. So, alright, I think that is about it. Might actually go have a look at the replay just for a minute, because there's a few things I actually want to have a look at. But, yeah, just quickly while this loads, thank you to everybody who come along. I think I lost my train of thought there actually. Yeah, you gotta love it when that crap happens, but yeah, like I said, just huge thanks to everybody who tuned in tonight and last night as well. I know last night's stream has gotten quite a few hits. I think it's almost at 100 or something already, so you know, big shout out and thank you to everybody who tuned in for that. But anyway, I'll just have a look back through all this. I mainly just want to have a look at the tyre wear side of things and just see how worse off we actually were compared to the two guys we were racing there at the end. But that's still a pretty cool effort. Not too sure what happened to Noodles there at the end. I saw him running in 4th, and then I don't know if he's made a mistake, but I think Rangers has actually ended up 4th, so I'm not too sure what went on there. But anyway, we'll just wait until we go through all the cars for a second time, and we'll go have a bit of a look and try and suss out and find out everything that happened from different angles, not just in our race, but we'll have a look a little bit further down the field as well, see if anything exciting went on. My tyres were history completely destroyed. Yeah, Dan, that was a real bloody harsh race on tyre wear. I'm surprised that a lot of people actually tried to go the full distance. I think there was a few people that actually did peel in for new rubber, but there's no point doing that because I think a pit stop around here is something like 20 seconds or something like that, and yeah, there's no chance you were going to make that up. So that was, I think we can basically label this as a tyre conservation race through and through. That's basically what it was. And obviously, I think it's safe to say you and Cody probably did a little bit better job than what I did. But yeah, still nothing wrong with coming away with the podium. Everybody make it through. First part okay. Seems so. Let's have a look here. I'm guessing this is where third position changed. Down into turn one, sends it down the inside. Nice and stopped on the apex. A little bit deep, but that happens. Up into P3. Nice move. Noodles down to fourth. Now at this point, this is probably where I should have actually turned everything down a little bit, but I was really still pushing for every little tenth that I could find, where I probably really shouldn't have. Don't really notice any difference in the tyres now. I really won't until probably half race distance, but yeah, at this point I did actually feel pretty comfortable. As you can see, I was wringing the neck of this car, just trying to get away as far as I could, because I knew that tyre wear was going to be a real big problem. I had done actually a bit of practice for once on worn tyres about an hour before this race, which is something that I probably should do a lot more often. Can definitely say it's paying dividends in the races where I do actually do some running on absolutely stuffed tyres, whatever they may be. But yeah, as you can see, we're pulling away from everybody behind. Unfortunately, yeah, like I said, it doesn't last. Fastest lap of the race initially, 36.8. So let's have a sticky beak further down the field here. Don't think anybody's really close enough to mount an attack. Bit of a battle pack here. We'll just see if anything develops in T1 here. Defensive, doesn't try and be a hero around the outside. A little bit wide though. If we're going to be side by side into lift right hander, this can be a bit sketchy if somebody doesn't want to yield. Looks like Rosmo maintains P16 for the moment. There's really not a lot happening throughout the field at the moment. Let's move forward a little bit. Just trying to remember what lap that error was on. I think it must have been lap 5 or 6. I think it was 5 here. As let's just have a look as we're right on board. Just out a little bit while we just caught the dirt, as you can see there, with the left rear tyre only marginally off the track. But that's all it takes. And as you can see, let's go and have a look. Like, we barely put that left rear off the curb. Like, that is ridiculously close. But it only takes just a small margin to you know, to make a little mistake, and then yeah, then that happens. Didn't affect us too much at the point in time. We really only lost about 2-3 tenths of our lead, so we still had about a second to play with. I'll fast forward to half race distance now, as we'll come up here once we've all bunched up. Now look at the tyre wear for us, and we'll look back through, look at Cody's, and even Metal Gear's as well. Like, you can safely say, looking at that, Cody's probably got a little bit better tyre wear, mainly on the right sides, but you can just see the difference compared to our right sides to theirs. Our lefts don't look too bad, actually look quite similar, but yeah, the right side tyres were just taking a pounding, and yeah, I can safely say that yeah, we chewed through them way too hard, way too quickly. But hey ho, that's the lessons to learn, obviously. That's the main reason why I really signed up to do this, to be honest, was just it's a challenge, it's something different. You know, it's not like I said previously, it's not like a GT3 car, it's not like a Super Formula, it's not like a go-kart or anything like that. But it kind of reminds me of the Zonda from the Nations Cup last night a little bit, to be honest. But yeah, as you can see at the moment, nothing really happening. Still a little bit of a battle pack down at the lower echelons there. As here we got Jono, the half a second penalty. I'm guessing that's down through the corkscrew. So he's one taker to come into the pits. I'm surprised by that, actually. I thought Jono might be one to stick it out, but apparently he didn't think it was possible. And on the very next lap, Keaton actually decides to peel in as well. So this kind of surprised me, to be honest. A lot of people seemingly struggling to actually look after their tyres and basically splitting the race in half, which is quite odd. Whilst our tyres were absolutely shot, there's no intention of ever making a pit stop. So yeah, that's interesting to see that a couple of guys that you would normally see right at the front struggling a little bit. But anyway, lap 8 at the moment, and as you can see, this is where I probably admit the pressure started to get to me a little bit. There's a couple of mistakes starting to creep in. Obviously that on top of the worn tyres really made everything a bit difficult. And as you can see here, Cody gets up here inside, leaves us just enough room there down into the final corner. I think Cody actually gets a little tap from Dan there, I think. Let's just double check on that. I couldn't really tell from that angle. I think there might have been a slightest of bumps there, but I think let's have a look. Yeah, so it's only a little bump really. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that happens in these types of races. So Cody with a little tap from Dan Holland, runs a little bit wide in the final corner, so he goes back down to third. Now Dan's going to try and make a move on us down into turn 1, looks around the outside, we try and defend, and as you can see, just with worn tyres, there's just nothing we can do. I think I might have accidentally actually run him wide there, so yeah, like I said, if I did, apologies, obviously never my intention to do so. But as you can see, now we're running side by side with Cody, and this is definitely not something which I'm used to. I'm not used to racing these guys wheel to wheel. Normally I'm stuck in around about 5th, 6th, 7th type area, so this is a bit different racing these guys for a victory. But anyway, he couldn't quite get the move done around the outside there, slots back into P3, and now it's Holland's turn to put us under pressure again. As you can see, down into the corkscrew, we just go a little bit too deep, and this is where things start to unravel for us on these worn tyres. Just nothing we can do. We run a little bit wide, completely lose the back end on the curb there, and that allows Dan to get up the inside. A little bit of contact there, but no harm done with that, and he takes the lead. Cody looks to try to go up the inside in the final corner, but nothing doing for him there. But then Dan runs wide, and Cody gets the lead back. And this was a ding-dong battle to actually watch. Now, I will be the first to admit, I probably could have tried to make a move on Holland here to take P2 back, but I didn't really think it was worth it. I sort of had the big picture in my mind, thinking that, okay, if Holland can stick with Cody, and maybe if they could tussle it out on the final lap, then something might open up for us to take back either first or second position. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. I think Cody just had superior tyre wear to absolutely everybody in this race, and was just able to have that extra bit of grip when he needed. And as you can see, coming onto the final lap, pulled the gap out to about a second, and that's basically where it stayed for the entirety of the final lap. But yeah, like I said, I'm pleased, you know, to come away with a podium. It's not every day that, you know, I can sit back and safely say I actually had the pace to scrap away for a victory with literally the 2 quickest guys in the Oceania region. But like I said, we gave it hell, didn't quite pay off. But anyway, Cody wins here at Laguna Seca from Dan Holland, ourselves in P3, Rangers P4, as, what's going on there? Oh, Noodles pulling a handbrake across the line. But anyway, everybody looks like they make it to the end. Rosmo trailing a bit far behind. Looks like he's just having some fun there at the moment, which is all well and good. But a couple of names further down than you'd expect. Jono, probably the most obvious one to point out there. Certainly wouldn't expect to see him down in 14th. Likewise, Iron Mask only in P10. I think he actually got 3rd place at the previous race in Le Mans, so definitely not what he would have been hoping for. But Keaton P9, Pubs P8, Noodles P7, not what he would have wanted from 3rd on the grid, especially considering the pace that he was showing. But yeah, anyway, so that's it for tonight's stream, guys. Hope you have enjoyed. Pole position, 3rd place. Yeah, like I said, could have maybe put up a bit more of a fight. Could have tried to get P2 back, but in a situation like that, it's probably better to consolidate what you've got instead of risking it and potentially coming away with absolutely nothing. So I think we did a pretty good job tonight. But anyway, thank you to everybody who tuned in. Hope you're all well. Hope you all stay safe. And until the next stream or video, whichever one comes first, I will see you all next time. Have a good one, guys.